There we go. Recording. Okay, so NerdCore. I once again have not planned this at all. What is NerdCore? NerdCore is where I'm I'm sitting here watching my favorite TV show on TV, which may or may not be Murder Drones. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make a song about it. Like a music note here. Yeah, music note. Okay. Right. Ooh, I know. Do like a dupe, like dupe, dupe. It's a thought bubble. Okay, so my head catches on fire. Um, with inspiration, and then I make a song about the show. That's nerdcore. But it's more complex than that. For example, what is good nerdcore? What makes a nerdcore song bad? What does nerdcore sound like? What classifies as nerdcore? I'm not an expert, and I'm gonna explain it with no plan. Um, let's start with what does nerdcore sound like? There we go. That was one of the questions I mentioned a little bit ago, I believe. So, nerdcore could sound like any other genre. It itself isn't a genre. Like, I'm trying to think of a genre of music. My mind is pulling a blank. It's pretty late right now. Have not slept. Sleep schedule's all messed up. Um, Country music. That's pretty easily identifiable. You hear a country song, you know it's a country song. If I tell you a song is a country song, you know what to expect. If I tell you a song is nerdcore, it could be a country song, but it's also nerdcore. One good example of this would be should have prepared this beforehand, but then again, I didn't have a plan. Um, Let me go to YouTube. YouTube. What is even going on in my recommended right now? I got Hatsune Miku, Eggman, Pressure, SMG4, and J Schlatt. A lot of murder drones. Anyway, um, SpongeBob Tower Defense, Chocolate Grandma, uh, Dallas Medic Bag, Scream, Doom Nerdcore. Oh, yeah, I was looking for Doom Nerdcore earlier. Murders drones. Anyway, um, got distracted. I am looking for Tell Me What I Am. This is being recorded by OBS, right? It is. Okay. Tell Me What I Am. And what's the other one? It's Suspend My So this is a different song, same name. Um do that. There it is. Okay. And suspend my... Oh, it's suspend my belief. That was suspend my disbelief. No, wait. Suspend my belief does make much more sense. Okay. These two songs, very different. First up, this is Tell Me What I Am by Longest Solo Ever. Great. It's a great song. Check them out. We go to the chorus, which is, I assume, what's going on here. Yep. We listen to this for a little bit.
Just tell me what I am. Please help me understand. Am I a man or a command? A program damned to their design.
Right? We get something like that. Then we go to Suspend My Belief, which you can probably tell from just this. Very different.
It's all so great. When did it
By
all
Ivy Comb
fade?
Music.
Was it ever even there at all from the start?
Right? So these are definitely different songs. They sound very different. What is going on in shorts? This is Suspend My Belief by Ivy Comb Music. Again, great. All this. Check them out as well. So these two songs, they sound different, but they're both nerdcore about the same thing. If you look, they are both about Gummy Goo. This one says Gummy Goo song. This one just says episode 2 song, but you can see the background here. Same background. They're both about Gummy Goo, right? So, two songs could be about the same thing. How do I draw this? Okay, let's do a TV with Amazing Digital Circus. So I'll draw Bubble, because they're the easiest to draw. That's Bubble. Okay, so this is Amazing Digital Circus on the TV. I guess I could have drawn Gummy Goo. I don't know. Again, no plan. Lost my train of thought there. Again, very sleep deprived. Hopefully someone sits through this video. I'm sure someone will. I'm mainly making this just to make it. Okay. So. This same source inspires two different songs. The two songs we just heard. They're nerdcore of the same thing, but they sound very different. Right? They don't connect together. They connect through this, but not to each other. That seems like a good enough visual. So nerdcore is much more broad than a genre. It's still like a classification. So that is for what does nerdcore sound like. A lot of times, specific nerdcore about specific things will have common ways that they sound. Like Murder Drone's nerdcore is typically like intense or fast, because of action, or it's slow and it's about the more emotional scenes. Like, I don't think there's a single Murder Drone's nerdcore song that is country music, because that wouldn't make sense. You could probably make it. You could probably make it. So now, for my next point on this same topic, I am going to be... This will contain spoilers for Murder Drones. I am going to search for... Murders Drones. Maybe just scroll a bit. See what we got. Did I get any good points? Yeah, no, I'm not finding what I look for. I don't want to directly search for what I'm looking for. Well, I'm looking for Rocket Music's Murder Drone song. Because this will lead to my next point of what I think makes good Murder Drones nerdcore, for example. Yeah, I'm gonna have to actually search for Murder Drones. Rocket Music. Okay. Now I've listened to all 3 songs. I don't like them. I don't like them. The first one was fine. It didn't seem good, but it was fine. The second one is what I really did not like. Right? If we go on to it. So this is by Rocket Music. As you can see, over 1 million subscribers. Lots of comments. Is that Toad? Right? Hundreds of thousands of views. Bunch of stuff going on. We could cut to like here.
My heart is beating from the inside.
Like this spot.
My head is turning upside down. Cause I'm in too deep and
Again, it might just be that I don't like how it sounds. But it doesn't feel like nerdcore. I can't explain it fully. But considering it's just called Sin, Murder Drones Animated Song, Murder Drones Animated Song, and then they had to actually name the song that they made for the finale, along with the fact they seem to have a lot of merch, and most of it seems to just be just like their like I get like a cup. Rocket Music seems to just be the type of nerdcore that just makes a song about whatever's popular, which is fine. Right? Something's popular, you make a song about it, profit. But nerdcore is best when it's made by someone who's a huge fan of the thing. I am subscribed to so many random channels, I just noticed. I've never unsubscribed from anything, and this channel is so old. Earlier I realized I was subscribed to like some weird content farm or something, because my little sister would also use my account for a while. I should probably unsubscribe from a bunch of channels. Anyway. So, with Sin, although I haven't listened to the song much, so I'm not too familiar with the lyrics don't really seem to be too specific about Sin. The overall feel of the song, as you could hear from the brief bit I did, doesn't seem to fit Sin, because for those who don't know about Murder Drones, Sin is... Well, you can watch my previous video explaining the solver or sin debate. Sin is super evil, so I'll portray that by writing their name. Sin, super evil. They eat planets, so here's a planet. They eat it. They eat planets. They skinned a child and are wearing their skin. They're super sadistic, and the entire reason the show takes place is because they're basically just playing with their food. They could just eat the planet. They could just kill the main characters. They have several chances to kill them. Then they seemingly purposefully let them escape and run away. Just for fun. And then you take that character and you go, my heart is beating from the inside out. I don't understand it. I have heard Sin songs that are definitely not, like, super heavy. Like, sure, you've got songs like, I believe this is from Callback Ping by Axis Rogue, where there's a part where it slows down. It's like, I've become the Punisher, the Reaper, the death of all things sentient and everything with breath. You've become an obstacle, a nuisance, a threat, you know? It doesn't have to be like that. It really doesn't. All I ask is that the song is about the character enough for me to consider it proper nerdcore. Nerdcore is best the more passion is behind it. If you've only really ever heard of Murder Drones, but you heard it's kind of popular, so you maybe look up like a plot summary and then make a song about it, you end up with like Murder Drones song. With lyrics like, I'm a murder drone, murder you, murder me. It seems much lower effort. There isn't much to it. Firstly, on a technical sense, Uzi isn't a murder drone, as the music video would imply. Although, they're likely going for the fact of Uzi, you know, being corrupted, becoming a murder drone, something like that. Okay. The line, murder you, murder me, seems lazy. I don't know. The overall feel of the song, my personal theory is they have a large team that work on these things, and maybe one of them watched the show and had to briefly explain what it was about, or one of them read a plot summary about the show, and then they made a song about it. I don't think they're actually fans of the show. And, I mean, that's fine. But then you get to songs like... We're going to remove that from my search history. You get to songs like Decrepit Masterpiece. This is Decrepit Masterpiece by Hammerhead Music. Right? This song is amazing. Right? It's got 2,000 views. They've got 400 subscribers. And they made Decrepit Masterpiece, which is great. I'm not going to play it. Anyone who is watching this video who hasn't heard Decrepit Masterpiece and is a fan of Murder Drones, go listen to Decrepit Masterpiece. Do it. I'm not asking. Now, this song has so much more to it. If we look at the description, in this intense track, Uzi battles an unseen force invading her mind, blurring the lines between reality and chaos. As the unknown guest tightens its grip, her inner struggle builds to a relentless crescendo, capturing the haunting conflict within. The song starts out simple, with lines like, "Are they in my mind or can you hear them?" I believe is the line, which starts right off the bat with Uzi's descent into madness, which the show kinda stops focusing on after like episode 3 and 4, but you can see in episode 8 with the paper that the teacher is grading at the start of the episode, Uzi's mental health is not okay. Throughout the course of the show, Uzi does kind of go insane. Not to mention how the song clearly has parts where it's Sin speaking to Uzi, for example, with the chorus. But there's also parts where it's unclear which of the two is speaking. Like, there's parts where it's like, yeah, Uzi said that, then Sin said that, and then one of them said that. Or maybe both of them. Because the song is able to capture Uzi's corruption as the Solver's control grows, as Sin gains more control. For example, around the start of the song, there is the lyric of, "Why can't we feel the love should be built into our design? Will I ever see the sun or just the flicker of fluorescent lights?" Then near the end of the song, this lyric goes again, except now it says, "So glad we don't feel the love shouldn't be built into our design. Hope we never see the sun, only the flicker of fluorescent lighting." Which has two interpretations. Either A, it's Uzi being corrupted and changing his mind, or it's Sin basically stating the opposite of what Uzi says earlier in the song. With the main part that I think is pretty good is the ending, which I'm definitely reading way too far into. Where is it? Okay. The song slows down, right? It like, because the song is speeding up, getting more intense, and then it slows down, calms out, and it simply says, "The devil's inside me. The devil wants to be just like me." With which, of course, again, there's multiple ways of looking at it. I'm definitely reading too far into this, but it's either Uzi, of course, saying that the devil is inside of her, referring to Sin and the absolute solver, before stating that the devil wants to be just like me, in a reference to, of course, the events of episode 4, and Uzi seeing herself as a monster. Or, it is Uzi stating the devil's inside me, and then Sin responding by saying, "The devil wants to be just like me." Basically telling Uzi, "No, but I'm far worse." The song is great. You can analyze the lyrics. It's great. The music video is pretty neat. Am I the cause of this domino effect? You know, all sorts of neat stuff. Right? The song is great. It's much better than the Rocket Music songs. And yet the Rocket Music song had hundreds of thousands of views, and they had over 1 million subscribers. But Hammerhead Music... I'm not subscribed to Hammerhead Music. My subscriptions are all messed up. The notifications. Okay. Anyway. They've got 400 subscribers, 2,000 views. I have a video on my channel with over 6,000 views. Decrepit Masterpiece deserves way more views. Hammerhead Music deserves way more subscribers. But this goes into one thing about good nerdcore, the better the NerdCore. I don't know how to draw this. I feel like this isn't really helping at all. I kind of wanted to have the board to have all the points so I could like run through them at the end, but this isn't good. I probably should have come with maybe a slideshow would have worked so much better. Anyway, lost my train of thought. Okay, yeah. The better the NerdCore, the smaller the audience, it would seem. You could make NerdCore that is much more generic, right? A song like Decrepit Masterpiece, clearly made by someone who likes the show. Someone who has seen the show, who understands the show. Murder Drone's song, by someone who might have seen the show, might have skimmed through it, maybe read a plot summary, and then made a song because it was popular. Of course, the Rocket Music song, since they are releasing songs on whatever's popular, and they're releasing more songs more often, and their songs are more generic and not as focused on the source material, they reach a broader audience. They are more successful. When it comes to NerdCore, I find the evolution of a NerdCore fan starts with maybe they'll stumble across maybe like JT music. I was gonna draw it out, but I don't even gonna do that. They stumble across like JT music, and they're like, "Oh, this is neat." They're like little fan songs. I wonder if they have one on Murder Drones. That's my favorite show. So then they look up Murder Drones fan songs. And then they might get, like, Rocket Music and stuff. They'll get, like, Murder Drones song. And then they'll be like, oh, that's kind of neat. It's a song about my favorite show. But, of course, eventually, they'll kind of start going down into the deeper depths of NerdCore. And they'll find these amazing songs. I've listened to songs that only have, like, 20 views. When it comes to Murder Drones NerdCore, I've heard them all. And thing is, there's amazing songs that simply don't get the recognition they deserve, simply because they're not as good for the algorithm. I think when it comes to channels with much higher subscriber counts that make NerdCore, the best one is probably... Okay, it's not in here. The Stupendium. The Stupendium has got about 1 million subscribers. And they make great music. A lot of the time, it's just about the things that they like. Right? They're not coming out with a new song every week about whatever's popular. They'll go months and then release a song about, like, Frostpunk. Call to the Lamb. Alan Wake. Although this one is sponsored. Right? But their Frostpunk songs are amazing. And they even have really good music videos, right? You go to like the Ark in the Tinderbox Frostpunk 2 song by the Stupendium. Stuff here. Just going through the description. Right? Like, if you just look through this preview, we get like this.
Stoke the fires, give your last. Keep the flame of all we've known. For when heaven left us helpless, we built shelter of our own.
It's great. And then if I mute it, because you need to listen to the song yourself, and also, I'm not just going to play the whole song, but just to show off the music video, look at this. This is amazing. This is amazing. And it gets the recognition it deserves. Over 1 million views, over 1 million subscribers. But not every nerdcore artist could be like the Stupendium. If we go back to the Stupendium's channel, we go to videos, we start scrolling down. We can get down to the bottom, and you'll see, like, they've got songs, right? But what you can tell is the thing that allowed them to make what they make is one song, and that is Why Did I Say Okie Dokie? Right? Like they're making songs, they're making videos. They reached 20,000 subscribers. Amazing, right? They make good songs with good music videos. They get to 20,000 subscribers. Why did I say okie dokie? 50,000. Why did I say okie dokie was huge. It was basically my first introduction to actual nerdcore, right? Because I would watch, like, Minecraft parody songs when I was very young. But the first time I heard, like, a true nerdcore song was Why Did I Say Okie Dokie? With the Minecraft music video for the song. We got Shelter from the Storm is great. Right? The Stupendium is great, this is a great example of a larger nerdcore channel. Impressive music videos, creative songs, and not like, releasing a song every week about whatever's popular that is not bad. Most of the time it's not a bad song. Like JT Music, I have nothing against JT Music. I listened to a lot of JT Music when I was but a young nerdcore enjoyer. But the more specific you could get, the more in-depth in a community you could get, the better the music will be. A lot of the time, the best nerdcore has the lowest view counts. And you have to find it. You have to dig. You have to, maybe watch a bunch of stuff about a show. So, for example, watch Murder Drones. Then watch, like, some Murder Drones theory videos. Maybe watch some Murder Drone fan projects. And then eventually you'll start getting recommended larger Murder Drones nerdcore. Like, let me see if I got one in here. Trying to find one of the big ones in my recommended. Trying to find maybe like Axis. I'm not solved. Axis Rogue is a good one. Where is? It'll probably show up eventually. Honestly, be weird if it didn't show up, right? Although these are getting more and more unrelated as I get deeper. Oh, 3 kobolds in a trench coat. I, this one's got 500 views. It's pretty good. I don't like it that much, just like for listening to, but it's a good song in nerdcore terms. I, I, a lot of Doom stuff showing up, and I'm getting like meme compilations now. Getting like good dose of memes. Oh yeah, Bite Me, 200,000 views. Bite Me is a good one. Fine, I'll use Bite Me as the example. And then you'll get recommended like Bite Me. And this will be like your first introduction to Murder Drones Nerdcore. Then you'll listen to some of the other larger ones. And then they'll slowly get more and more obscure. So like next up you'll get like Drones of the Damned by Glitch Cal Cat. This is a great one. Highly recommend listen to Glitch Cal Cat. Fan of Glitch Cal Cat. You know, but 30,000 views. Then you'll get down to like 1,000 views with This Isn't What I Am, which is a good song. There's a comment on this one. Yeah, this music video wonderfully honors In with powerful vocals, deep lyrics, and captivating music, explaining his struggle to break free from the Solver's control, and the line keep trying shows his resilience, while mentions of Uzi V add emotional and passionate depth. I'm not the only one who looks into these songs and thinks about the lyrics. What's going to be the next smallest one? I go until I find one with less views. So here's one with 300 views. I don't think I've even heard this one. I'll have to check this one out later. But you'll go deeper and deeper, and then you'll find songs that you really like that only have like 200 views or something. I might listen to this and think it's probably my favorite V fan song. And only 40 subscribers. I mean, the 2 comments seem to think it's pretty good. So, I'll listen to this later. So that is how I think good nerdcore works. What's another point I should explain? Main goal of this is just because it's late and I'm running out of things to do. So to pass the time, I'm just gonna rant about nerdcore. Next up, I've explained like 2 points. I explained what does nerdcore sound like and what makes good nerdcore, right? There was a third point I mentioned. You know what? No one's even gonna watch this far. No one's even gonna watch this. I've been making this for fun. So, I'm gonna end it now. What's the emotes? Oh, Sin is the best. Everyone loves Sin. Anyway, I could go into how nerdcore songs will sometimes reference other nerdcore songs, or how you'll get like tight-knit nerdcore communities. Like you'll have like the murder drones community, and then you'll have like the nerdcore community here, and then you'll have like maybe like the fan project community here. Then there's like the nerdcore fan project community. I don't even know what I'm drawing at this point. Yeah, so that's what nerdcore is. Oh, actually, this is a video that I'm making right now. Next time someone asks me to explain nerdcore, I could just send them this and force them to sit through it. Cause I'll ask them what the secret code is, and say it's hidden somewhere in the video. Little do they know it's at the very end, and the secret code is EP13. Just a fictional planet I came up with that's home to aliens called the X-Bins. I should make a video explaining X-Bins. Yeah. I'll do that. I'll explain X-Bins. I'll bring in my EP13 bestiary. Yeah, that'll be cool. Okay. I'm going to what's that button do? Anyway. I'll stop recording now. Then I'll set up a thumbnail because yeah, I'll set up a thumbnail. I'll try to make a thumbnail, and then I will upload this basically just unedited 40 minutes. I'll title it like ranting about Murder Drones Nerdcore for 40 minutes or something. Since this basically just devolved from Nerdcore into Murder Drones Nerdcore specifically. I don't know. I'm going to stop recording.